everybody, Rose here. What is it? Okay, so today we are going to do a garland, a lighted garland. Let me plug it in real quick. Okay. Yeah, you can't really see the lights, so let me turn those off. But I did two different styles. And this, I don't know if you can see it, is orange. And I did this one for like Halloween. I tend to go with this purple every year for my Halloween. I'm not sure why. And then I'm going to make a Christmas one with white lights. Same pattern, just different colors. So let me get this mess out of the way and tell you what we need. All right, so what we're going to need is, I always keep a stitch marker just in case, but you won't need that. Pair of scissors. We're going to do the H hook, 5.0 millimeter. And you'll need a tapestry needle to sew in those ends. And I've got 3 different samples here for you. I don't know if the Dollar Tree, this is where I got these two, is from the Dollar Tree. I know they have the white ones out, but I don't know if they have any more of the orange. And then this one I got at Hobby Lobby a few years ago when it was like 80% off after Christmas. There was a bunch of them. And so what I've been doing is, especially on this orange one, this Dollar Tree one, I just didn't know. I let it like burn for a long time because I was like, is this going to catch fire? But it didn't. It was warm, but it wasn't like hot. And I don't think it was warm enough to do anything. But I don't think we would leave our lights on for an extended amount of time anyway. And it's really pretty. I'm going to put mine on my mantle. So you'll need these. This is like 5 feet, the 20 lights. You can get these anywhere, and I'm sure Walmart has these as well. And today I am going to do Christmas colors. So this is Red Heart Super Saver, and they're white. And this is Red Heart Super Saver in that hunter green. And then for the red, I'm going to do this Big Twist Value, and it is Varsity Red. Okay, so go get your supplies, and I will wait for you here, and we'll get started. All right, so here's the tricky part. Untangling this mess. And I wrote down how many stitches I did, but it was like an afterthought. I didn't count as I went because this pattern, it really doesn't matter. All right, so what all I'm going to do is I'm just kind of lightly stretching it a little bit. Try to get some of those crinkles out. Okay. Now, the way I'm going to start this, and you have 2 options. With the Halloween one, I crocheted all the way down to the cord. From the last light down to the cord, just to see what it would look like. But for the Christmas one, I stopped at this last light, which is what I'm going to do with this one. But you could definitely go on. But since I know that the cord, I'm just going to have the lights up there and the cord's going to hang, I didn't want to bring more attention for the way my mantle is set up. So you can do that if you want. You got your 3 colors. I'm a little out of practice. As I mentioned before, I've got a lot of stuff going on. The way we're going to do this is we're going to just tie it on. Just going to make a little knot. Okay. All right, so for this pattern, it's not going to matter how many you crochet in here, in between these things. This doesn't have to be an odd, even, odd, even. Now, with the second row, we'll address it when we get there. This first row, let's go ahead and just get started. Now I'm gonna just hold down my tail. Sorry, I was working this morning. I didn't have time to fix that. Now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hook underneath the light, and I'm gonna grab it, and then I'm gonna pull it up toward me and pull it up. Okay, I'm gonna hold my finger on that light, that first light, just to give me some leverage. And then I'm gonna yarn over, and then I'm gonna pull that through. Now we're secured on. Okay, scoot that as far down. I'm gonna go ahead and crochet over this a little bit. All right, so there's that. And now what we're going to do is just some single crochets. We're going to go underneath. We're going to pull it up. Now we have 2 loops. Hold on to those, yarn over, and now we've just made a single crochet. Let's do that again. Just hold this wire and go down, grab it, pull it up, yarn over, and pull through. And that's what we're going to do all the way down. I'm not going to count. I'm just going to do this with you, as I've done all my other ones anyway. And because in the second row we can fix whatever we need to. Okay, now I've done this both ways. My yarn is now like behind that light. That's fine. I can still go under, grab it, and pull it up, yarn over, and do that. This next one I'll do at the front, so you don't have to worry that your yarn needs to be, you know, in front or in back and that it's going to mess it up. I've done both just to see what would happen, and it really doesn't even affect it. So we're just going to be single crocheting. And I could do another one there, but I'm not going to. Now I'm going to put this in front, my yarn in front, just to show you. And I'm holding on to this cord here. Now I'm still the same thing. I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to grab that yarn, pull it up, yarn over, and do that. It still is going to be in the front because we're finishing the stitch in the front. So this was in the back, and you can't even tell. So just let your yarn fall as it may. So we're just going to single crochet. I'm not counting stitches, and I will meet you at the end, however far you want to go. I'm going to stop at that last light. And I'm also, as I'm going, I'm kind of keeping, kind of still like pulling it a little bit. And then I'll just meet you at the end. I haven't had much time to, just going to chit chat here while I'm doing this. I haven't had a lot of time to crochet lately, but I've been noticing that I've been getting a lot of new subscribers. And so, you know, first of all, thank you so much. I hope I can continue to put something out that somebody's interested in. And so I was like, I've really been wanting to do this lighted garland. And I also was starting to clean out some of my crochet. I mean, I have so many totes full of like projects I've done, you know, and I made like a bunch of that I was maybe gonna sell or whatever. I was like, it's like your make ready stash, but it was just kind of sitting there because I didn't like do anything with it. And I've ran across this elf hat that I had made years ago, and of course somebody didn't write down the pattern, so I'm trying to like figure that out, and then we can get that one out next. Matter of fact, as soon as I finish this tutorial, I'm going to get back on it because I'm trying to do it a certain way instead of the harder way. So stay tuned for that. Get that going. And the idea I had mentioned before, I wanted to make a wreath, but I could never get. I was going to make a Grim Reaper, and I couldn't get him right. So, and then of course, my whole world just kind of turned upside down, and then I just never got back to that. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I can do that. It's like it's already October, and like the holidays are like, peekaboo, I see you. It's like if there's anything else I want to make for the holidays, I better get on it. Like, this isn't my favorite to do, like doing single crochets around, especially something that's like so loosey-goosey, but it really is good practice. You know, it really helps with your skills to be better. Well, I guess I can tell you one thing I've been thinking about. I'm working on getting the proper equipment for it, but as some of you know, I am a dog groomer, and I've been grooming for just about 30 years now. And I think I was gonna try to do it on here, but no, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start another channel, and it's just gonna be me doing my thing. Just doing things how I do it. I know I like watching that kind of stuff. And I know people that do it, do the dog grooming YouTube for a living. And so if I need any help with it, I know that I can ask. But I'm going to try and do as best I can, not ask for help unless I have to. But I'm trying to get the right equipment because it's totally different. It's like using the GoPro, and you wear it on your head. This tells you who you're dealing with here. I didn't even know GoPro was a camera. So that's going to be fun trying to figure out, but my friend is she's going to help me with it because she uses it. Oh, look at me. I just talked myself all the way down here. All right, so I'm going to go on outside of that last one. Whoa, I updated my phone because my other one died, and this one reacts a little different. All right, so there I am. I just did one more outside there. And so all I'm going to do now is chain one, and I'm going to do my standard, stick my finger up and cut that off. And if you guys are going on down your cord, I will be here. All right. Now what I'm going to do, since I snipped that off, I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to start back here. Okay, now I'm going to get my next color, and I believe it's, what color is it? Green. And it's the same thing. Now this is a little bit of a jumbly mumbly, So I'm gonna just pick, well, you really can't see this white in this light today. I'm just gonna go into the first one I can see. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna tie it on. So I'm gonna lay it over there, pinch it. Pinch it between those two fingers and pull it through. Just do a little square knot. I normally just tie once, but I guess today's a twofer. All right. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many stitches I did. So I'll be right back. Ooh, 101. See, I'm glad I didn't say anything because my other one, I had 118. So I definitely did this one a little looser. So I have 101. That's an odd number, and my other one was even number. This thing takes on a life of its own. It's like a real live snake. Okay. Now for the second one, for our second row, this is 3 rows we're going to be doing. I'm going to go right into where I tied on. I'm going to go right in that stitch. And then I'm going to grab my yarn and I'm going to pull it up. And I'm going to chain 1. And so for this row, we're going to yarn over. We're going to go right back where we tied on to, and we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, so that's 1 double crochet. And again, you could put a stitch marker there if you need to, but it won't matter in this next round. And we're going to do another double crochet in there. This is probably going to seem familiar. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and again 2 more double crochets in there. There's 1, yarn over, 2. So we have 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. That's going to be our, we're going to call it a shell for this pattern. Now we're going to pull this apart, and there's going to be 1 stitch. Let's drop that, and 2 stitch. Okay, so we have 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. Now we're going to pull this aside a little bit. Going to expose that 1 stitch and another stitch. And in this 3rd stitch, we're going to repeat this shell right here. So we're going to yarn over, go in that 3rd stitch, and do 2 double crochets. There's 1, 2, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets, all in that 3rd stitch. And then that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to repeat that all the way. We're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and in this 3rd one, we're going to do that shell. 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. I hope you can't hear that. I had plumbers out and I had them replace the inside of my toilets, and they're like running all the time now, so they have to come back out and fix that. That is going to be our pattern. 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. You're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the 3rd stitch, do your shell. Skip 2, shell, skip 2, shell, and just do that all the way down. And then I will meet you when we get there. Today's going to be like random in the middle of a crochet line, I'm going to talk about my running toilet or something. What projects do you guys have going on? Anybody making anything complex, or like blankets and shawls and stuff like that? Are you making your Christmas gifts for people? I don't know if I'm going to be making a lot of, well, I say that, but I mean, like, my sister wants a sweater or something like that. I'm not doing anything like that. I will have my like little bits, like those, the rosy pot holder. I'll probably give her one of those, in her like house colors. Any big Halloweeners out there? My best friend, she is doing like skeleton bones and stuff, like big bones in her yard and stuff like that. I'm not a big decorator for Halloween. It's actually not my favorite holiday, but I did make this wreath a few years ago. I tend to be doing spiders and crows this year with my, I have that tier, is it a tier tray? Yeah, tier tray. And I've got all those crochet pumpkins on there. I was gonna do like other stuff, but I ended up just putting like all my crochet pumpkins up there. And Dollar Tree had those like eyeballs in a bag. And then I just put eyeballs and pumpkins. It's really weird. That's me for you. I just can't believe it's already like almost the middle of October. I mean, when the beginning of this year, it seemed like, oh man, this year's just dragging. But next thing I know, it's like going by fast. I finally just started Loki. You guys, I probably already mentioned this, but he's my favorite. I like that actor too. Just started that. I think I just finished the second episode. I have no idea. I can't for the life of me think of the guy that's Sean something. I can't think of his name. I've seen him in other movies. I can't think of his name right now. But the chemistry between Tom Hiddleston and him, I think it works really well. They play off of each other really well, which I think makes for a good show. And I just finished Stranger Things. Finished that again. Let's see what else. I still watch my Forensic Files. I don't know why. It's like when I first get home. I mean, like when I what time is it? Oh, it's almost 5 o'clock. Usually, like around this time, it's like automatic. Okay, I'm tired. I'm done for the day. And after I eat dinner, or take care of the animals and then eat dinner, I immediately want to just sit down and watch. I'll watch a couple episodes of Forensic Files. And then it's like it gets too heavy for me, and then I need something light, and then I'll switch over to something else. Not that Stranger Things was lighter, but I didn't really take it serious. And now I'm watching Loki. Sprinkle a little Magnum PI in there, and then there's my variety. Do you guys have your go-to shows? I've got that Fire Stick, and I'm just like dying over all the old shows that are up on there. It's funny to try and watch them now, all these years later. Like I found, I think it was on the Pluto channel. I saw The Love Boat and Fantasy Island or something. Oh my God, it's so cheesy, but can't watch very many episodes of that before it's like, jeez. That was the way it was back then, but I remember loving that show. Let's see. Oh, making progress. I just feel like I haven't seen you guys or talked to you in so long. And things are so different now. I've got to have a sit down and smile soon. But I've been working a lot around the house and moving things. We did finally get our shed built. So I've been like moving a lot of stuff, and so I've been really busy with that. And kind of miss being on here to talk to you guys and our interactions in the comments. Be quiet and finish this and meet you guys at the end of this row. All right, so I'm going to come back on here because I'm getting to the end. I'm going to skip those two, and then I've got 2 stitches left, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into that third one like I normally would. Okay, so before I finish this, I did my 2 double crochets, chain 2. Now I have an option. I can go back in here, or I can go into this last stitch and finish that off. Put my last 2 double crochets into that last stitch just so it's neat. But if I didn't want to do that, I would just put a double crochet there just to fill that hole so that my last stitch is taken. And again, I'm going to chain 1. My finger, snippy. No one's going to know. I've watched way too many of those Instagram reels. That's where your life can just like disappear. You get on there and you start scrolling. All right, let's go for our third color. Third and final color. And this one's going to be pretty easy. Now here we are with this 2 double crochets. I'm going to go ahead and go into that first double crochet and do what we've been doing, which is just tie this on. Okay, I'm going to grab my tail. And actually, if I want to, I could take my green too, which I think I will do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back into where I joined. I'm going to grab those 2. Grab those 2. And I pull my yarn through, pull it through, and I'm going to chain 1. Normally, when you join on like that, you would go back in there and then do a single crochet, but don't need to do that. Now, into that second double crochet, we're going to do another single crochet. Okay. And then in this chain 2 space, we're going to put 1 single crochet in there. And then we're going to have basically 4 double crochets in a row, and we're going to put a single crochet in each of those. So this is the beginning of the repeat. We're going to do 1. I should have, just for the repetition's sake, we're gonna count it like this. That's 1. There's 2, 3, and 4. And then in my chain 1 space, I'm going to just drop those back there. Chain 1 space, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. That's the end of that thing. But if for some reason, and I did this on one of them, I only did 1 double crochet. Like I have 3 here, and I forgot to do 1. Just carry on. Just do your 3. Put your 1 single crochet in there. You know, and just carry on, because literally this thing is just going to go on our mantle and no one's going to know if you dropped a stitch somewhere. So there's my 4 and then my single crochet into that chain 2 space. Okay, and so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do 1 single crochet on top of these double crochets, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do 1 single crochet in the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 single crochet. Go ahead and do that all the way down, and then I will meet you at the end of this. Okay, coming here at the end. And I've got those last 2 double crochets, so I'll go ahead and do 1 in each of those. And then again, chain 1, finger snip. Sorry, I don't know what I hit. All right, so I did my chain 1, and then I'm gonna fasten off. And you know, you could keep on going. You could do another row or anything. I mean, it's just like endless. But what I wanted to get to is, first, we'll go ahead and tie off these ends, which I'm not going to do on camera. We'll do that later. But what I wanted to show you is that I'm going to be, now with my Halloween one, I don't care if it's all curly, but with this one, with my Christmas one, because it's going to be on my mantle, I don't care which way the lights are going, but I was going to try and get it to lay kind of like all in the same way, like that. Because what I'm going to do, oh, if I can find it, is I have some appliques. I don't have a lot, but what I was going to do is, if I wanted to, I could make a bunch of trees. And let's say you are in traditional colors, you could make a red tree, a green tree, white tree, and like stagger them into those chain 2 spaces, like with ornament hooks or paper clips or something. Or you could do all these stockings that we did, you know, we can just hang those or whatever. And I was just thinking about stuff like that, or these different stockings. I am working on this pattern. I'm just trying to make it a little bit smaller, but I don't know. It's this heel that is the tricky part. And I also have these wreaths that I've not finished, but I mean, it would be so cute. You could even stagger these like this, you know, and just do whatever you want. And the same with the Halloween one. You know, we did those like little candy corns or whatever. You can do a candy corn colored one and then have these little things hanging. So cute. It's like there's so many options that we could do just to kind of spruce this up just a little bit more. Be very, very pretty. So, are you guys going to do that? Are you going to make yourself some little appliques and hang them on there? Or are you just going to, you know, we could also put this around our tree. You could also do that. What was I saying? Are you guys going to make some appliques and put it on your tree? I mean, on your garland? Or are you just going to leave it like this? I mean, now that I see this, it's like there's so many ideas come to mind. Wrapping these around, like I have these giant candlestick brass poles. This would be really pretty around that. So yeah, that is what we got. I love it. And I really like this Halloween one too. I don't mind the orange, but you know, like hang some spiders on this or something. Oh man, little skulls or whatever. I got this little skull. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Can hang some skulls on there. This pattern is from, oh man, what's his name? Club Crochet. This was really hard. I probably can do it better now because this was from a couple years ago, and I really struggled with the way he changes to the black and stuff. I really struggled with it, but I love the way it looked. It's got the little ridge and everything. This isn't like perfect or anything, but I keep it to remind myself that I want to improve on it. But yeah, hang some skulls or whatever. I love it. I love that idea. I will still go ahead and tag my Instagram if you want to show me what colors you're doing. I'd love that. I'd love to see anything you guys are making. I don't know if you can tag it on YouTube or not. But other than that, I will get started on that elf hat and see if I can get that worked up, or maybe some of these stockings. I like this size because it'd be good to, what I used to do with the kids is I would put their money in like stockings or whatever I made. Sometimes I would make like a Santa face and like make sure it has a back, and then just something that has a pocket. And then I would have like one sun would be one color and my other sun would be another color, and I would have a bunch of these like stockings like throughout the tree, and they would have to like find where it's at. Sometimes there'll be like multiple stockings with like money in it. Maybe I'll bring that idea back this year. I mean, they're only like in their mid-20s right now. It's not too old, are they? So anyway, that little extra bonus there. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And I will just catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.